everyone. I am at one of my favorite greenhouses. I am kind of near Lancaster County. I just dropped my daughter off at my mom's for the week, and on the way home I decided to stop in because it was about 10 minutes out of the way. So this is like heaven on earth to me up here. I love it so much. I grew up kind of maybe an hour from Lancaster County, and right now we're actually only an hour from it too, in Maryland. So I just love coming out here. I think it's so beautiful and peaceful, and this is just one of my favorite greenhouses. They always have such a great selection and great prices. This greenhouse is called Shady Grove Greenhouse, and it's not really in Lancaster, but it's kind of like outside of Lancaster, but this whole surrounding area is just gorgeous. So I'm just gonna go in and see what they have, see if they have anything on clearance possibly, I don't know. See if there's anything that I've been looking for a long time, and just maybe take some videos of some different things. I'm probably not going to talk a lot out of respect for other people, but just to kind of show you around a little bit. So let's get shopping. It is hot today. I'm sweating, but I just got done at this greenhouse, and they did have some stuff, not as many perennials as I was hoping, but I did get a few Denver daisies, which I've been looking for. I think they're a little more sturdier than the traditional black-eyed Susan, and they had them for $1 a piece. So I got 3 of them for, I think I'm going to put them in my holly bed that I'm trying to fill out with some perennials, and I think I'm going to check out another one about 10 minutes down the road and see if they have anything else on sale or discounted. So let's go take a drive. Hey, good morning everybody. It's the next day. I kind of left them hanging yesterday after I went shopping at the Lancaster greenhouses, and today is a gorgeous morning. It is in the 60s. It feels so good out here. It's overcast, so I thought that I would come back out and give you just a little glimpse at what I got yesterday. It wasn't a whole lot, I'm warning you, but it was a few things that I found at a good price. And I think that today I'm just gonna try to get them in the ground really quick. And I think I also wanna cut a zinnia bouquet today. My zinnias are looking really nice right now, and I just wanna keep cutting on them so that they keep coming and prolifically blooming. So I think that I'm gonna do that with you as well. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you my big haul from yesterday. Okay, so are you ready for my big haul? I only ended up getting 3 Denver daisies. These were $1 a piece at the Shady Grove greenhouse that I went to. I probably should have gotten more, but this is the third one. I figured that they do spread prolifically and I can divide them very easily. So I'm just gonna see how they do in my garden. I'm gonna use them over in my holly bed, and I'm probably just gonna place them in a random spot over there because I have my zinnias growing right now and I can't really arrange things how I want to arrange them. So probably next spring I will like fiddle around with everything, move everything around. But I also got a bonfire, kind of looks like a bonfire, and this is a Supercal Petunia, which I haven't ever tried before. But it says that, I'll show you the tag really quick. It says that it's a mixture of Supercal caramel yellow, premium cinnamon, and premium French vanilla. That, if that doesn't get you in the mood for fall, I don't know what would. Those names, that sounds so cozy and warm to me. And I thought that I would use this mixture up on my deck where I have a grouping of planters up there. I don't really have a ton of like yellows and oranges, and although I love mums, I really do, they just don't last very long, and I always get frustrated when I buy them and they last, you know, maybe a few weeks. But this will carry me from now all the way till October when we get our first frost sometime in probably late October. So I'm just trying to think of more creative ways to add that kind of fall, like warm color with the oranges and the yellows that is not only mums. Like I will do some mums, especially out front, but I don't like to buy a ton of them. So I'm excited to put this in my grouping of pots. I had such a nice day yesterday. It was very unexpected that I was gonna go do that. I just decided, you know, on my way home to stop in at those greenhouses. I didn't make it to one of my favorite greenhouses up there because it was a little bit too much out of the way, but I also like to go to Black Creek greenhouse. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'll make it up there this fall still, but that's one of my favorites. And the ones that I did go to didn't have quite as much as I thought that they were gonna have. They had a lot of mums and a lot of like asters and cabbages and that kind of stuff for fall. I was hoping to find a little bit more like on sale, on clearance, of perennials from earlier in the season, but I didn't find a ton of that. So that's okay. It kept me in check, not spending too much money. I think I spent a total of $8 yesterday, which is perfectly good for me right now. So I'm gonna take you over to my holly bed and see where I can put the Denver daisies, and then plant up the pot on my deck and cut a little zinnia bouquet with you today. And it is so gorgeous. It's so breezy and beautiful, and it's not very sunny, so hopefully the lighting will be good today. I wanted to show you the tag real quick because I didn't go into too many details about this, but it's the Denver daisy, also known as the Gloriosa daisy. Does well in sun to part shade, and just has these beautiful kind of variegated flowers. with that dark kind of brownish center and that excuse me, that like circle of kind of brownish color in the middle. It's just so pretty. And they get really big flower heads on them, and they are sturdier than the traditional black-eyed Susans. The stems are much thicker and they hold up to like rain and wind much better, don't flap as much, and they get around 18 to 28 inches tall and 10 to 25 inches wide. So I think that they will be a nice addition to my gardens, and I may, if I really like them, I may slowly replace some of the more traditional black-eyed Susans with this variety if they are much more sturdy and just hold up a lot better. So we shall see. Here is my holly bed. These are Dragon Lady hollies, and they're right by my deck. And I've showed this bed many times before, but if you haven't seen it, this is a big patch of zinnias that I put in here this year, which are looking very beautiful right now. I battled the rabbits really hard for these. They are just looking gorgeous. So this bed I want to fill out with perennials and also have a few annuals tucked in. I think I'll always have zinnias and maybe a few other things, but I want it primarily to be filled out with perennials. And I planted these out a few weeks ago, just some autumn joy sedum that I'm protecting from the bunnies, and a white coneflower that the bunnies got. That was a split from some Powell pink coneflower that I had bought at the store. There was a white one tucked in, so that's why I only have one. And I have some, I think this is purple phlox down here that blooms in the spring. I did have some Becky rudbeckia in here. You can see my little tag, but it completely fizzled out. I don't know if it'll even come back next year. So I just took off all the dead from this bed, and I'm gonna put these Denver daisies in here. I think I may just tuck them back behind the zinnias for now. And like I said, I'm gonna just fiddle around with everything in the spring once the zinnias are gone and I can kind of get a fresh look on everything. I may even end up moving my sedum around a little bit. I'm not sure. I like to move things around a lot. I don't know. I have a hard time deciding, so I rarely put it in its first home on the first try. But that's just how I work. So let's put these Denver daisies, tuck them right back in here, and get this job done. All right, I'm already gonna make a change. I'm like sticking them back in here and thinking to myself, why am I doing that? I can just put them right out here where I can at least look at them. I know that they won't necessarily look the best right there with all of this going on over here, but I'm just gonna put them right here, and it'll be much easier for me to access instead of having to climb over the zinnias to dig them. So I'm gonna move that one that I just put in the ground and just put them all in front of this holly right here. Much better idea. All right, I got the Denver daisies in. I think that they look pretty here. I was running into a lot of the tree roots from the holly, so I had to kind of work around those a little bit, but I'm just gonna hold them here for now and then move them around in the spring for a more permanent home, or, you know, I don't know, I'll probably end up still moving them around knowing myself, but I think that they look really pretty with the zinnias and just against the holly backdrop right there. I think that they will do for now. So now I'm gonna pot up the Bonfire Supercal Petunia. I put the petunia in this grouping of plants that I have here up on my deck. I think that it'll add some nice fall color. I'm excited for that. Go well with any pumpkins that I put in this grouping. Such pretty orange, yellow, kind of creamy white colors in there. I think it goes really nice with the pinks and purples that I have in here. You can see my pumpkins are growing like crazy over here. I see some babies coming. That makes me happy. These are all baby pumpkins. I think there's a yellow and a white variety, but I guess time will tell. So let's get this Supercal Petunia in its pot. Got the petunias all potted up. The sun has decided to make an appearance finally, but I think that it's just gonna fill out really nicely and look really pretty with all of these colors. So nice. Give you a quick peek at the veggie pot that I planted up the other day. I do see some sprouts coming, and I think these might be the beets with the red stems. So I'm excited to see if they grow. It's definitely an experiment planting them in this pot, so we'll see. The sun came out, so my glasses are going on. I'm gonna take you down to my zinnia patches and we're gonna cut a quick bouquet before I wrap it up for the day. We're over in my side yard in my sunny border, and I have this really nice patch of zinnias right here that is growing really well, and I wanna cut some of them off because the more that you cut zinnias, the more that they will produce flowers. So it feels a little bit painful to deadhead all of the pretty blooms, but I really want to have just a nice continuous growth bloom of zinnias all through the fall into October, right before we get our last frost. So I'm gonna cut a little bouquet today, and when you're looking for zinnias to cut, I have heard several people talk about this, but you want to kind of shake them and see if the stems are nice and sturdy. So if they kind of flop around like this when you're shaking them, that might not be the best one to cut. but this one here feels a lot more sturdy to me, so I think that I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one. Cut them, you just want to cut all the way down to that next set of buds that you see coming. So for this one, I have a set of buds right here. So I'm gonna take my clippers and I'm gonna go all the way down to right above that leaf set where that bud is and just snip right there. And then I have this nice long stem, and you don't want to keep the leaves on the zinnias after you cut them because they can get pretty ratty. So I just take them and strip them off. And then I have just a pitcher of water that I'm going to stick them in for right now before I take them back up to my deck to arrange them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some more from this patch and then probably go over to my other patch and cut some from over there too. Look at this beautiful bouquet that I have to arrange now. I just love zinnias so much. I love how many different colors there are and just shapes and sizes. They're so beautiful. And I'll show you that I still have a good amount left and lots more on the way. So I will be hopefully cutting on these for a couple more months to come. Okay, I have my bouquet of zinnias and I'm going to cut them into just a simple ball jar. I really love using ball jars for so many things. I think they're just simple and pretty and work well as vases. We drink out of them. So lots of different uses for ball jars. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you a little trick about cutting zinnias to the right height for whatever vase or jar you're wanting to put them in. Okay, I hope that you can see this okay. So just wanna take one of your zinnia stems and move the glass to the edge of the table as close as you can without it falling over. And then you wanna hold up your zinnia stem right next to the jar and determine what height you want that at. And usually the bigger stems go in the middle, and then the smaller, or the bigger flowers I should say, go in the middle, and then the smaller ones kind of go around the perimeter so that you can see them a little bit better. So this is a fairly big one, so it's gonna go more in the middle, and kind of like getting a haircut, you don't want to cut too much at once. So be a little conservative with your cutting, and then you can always cut it down more if you need to. So I think I'm gonna start mine right about there, and I'm just gonna take it right here at the bottom of the glass, if you can see, and just make a cut, and then stick it into my jar and take all of these other beautiful flowers and cut those and arrange them in the jar as well. done cutting all of the ones that I cut so far. It turned out really pretty, I think, but I think I'm going to go try to grab a few more because it's a little empty, so they're kind of falling around all over the place. So I'm going to go see if I can plug off a few more quick. Okay, I grabbed a few more. These are the smaller variety, except for probably the red ones. I think the pink ones are from the Lilliput mix, so they're not as big as like the Benary's Giant or the State Fair. I think I have some Cut and Come Again mixed in there too, but they'll be a nice little filler. So it's not quite enough to completely fill out the jar, but it still looks pretty. And that is my bouquet for the day. I am clearly not a professional in bouquet making, but with zinnias, you really can't go wrong. They just are so pretty, so many different colors, and just so easy to just stick in a jar and call it a day and take it inside and enjoy it for the week. So I'll probably cut another one next week. That's how often they usually rebloom, and just keep on doing that for the rest of the season. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up for the day. I have some other house projects and things that I want to get done. I really hope that you enjoyed spending the day with me yesterday on my kind of last minute tour of some Lancaster County greenhouses, and that you enjoyed spending the day with me today in my garden getting some stuff done. I hope that you guys all have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.